The advice and opinions expressed by the host of Autism Live and her guests are meant solely as suggestion and should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice. Any choices you make in determining your child's treatment are completely at your own discretion.
Good morning and welcome to Autism Live. I'm Shannon Penrod and I'm gradually getting more and more hair. It's exciting to everyone. Thrilled to be here with you this morning. Really thrilled to be here with you because we're talking about a topic that I really love and I think that this is really important. We're going to be talking about 10 ways to create more success in summer, and I'm going to give you a hint. There's really 11 because I gave you a bonus one. Because this is a subject that's very near and dear to my heart. If you watch this show, you know that I formerly was an educator. I was a college professor, and I also taught junior high and high school for a hot minute. And then I had a son who was diagnosed on the spectrum, and it became clear to me that if my son was going to get caught up, because when he was diagnosed, he was behind, then we were going to have to use every available minute to get him caught up. And I'll tell you something, the summer is an available minute. When other kids maybe are falling behind, I don't agree with that, wish that wasn't the case as a former educator, but it's a fact that so much is happening now in the summer that puts kids behind, that they take the first part of the year and reteach the last of the stuff that they did the year before. This is not educationally my favorite idea, but since it is what it is, we as parents of individuals who are on the spectrum can take advantage of it and jumpstart our kids to get further. So I love talking about this. I really think that there are good tips in here that will help you guys to get more out of this summer. And it's time to talk about it. We're even just a smidge late because this weekend is gonna be Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. And it's time to be making the plans for summer because you know what they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And none of us are failing, right? That's not happening. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. But welcome, I'm glad that you guys are here. The chat is open. I see Autism Journey with Elijah says, good morning, Shannon. If it's okay, I will email you after the show. Yes, I would love to. Email me right after the show. And she says, glad to be here. I'm glad that you're here too. And I'm glad that all of you are here. That's an example of how to use the live chat. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and about a dozen other sites. If you're watching us live, then we encourage you on whatever platform you're watching to write in now. And that way you can be a part of the conversation with me and with others, and we get there together. You know what I like to say, si se puede, we hold hands, we get there together. Okay, so feel free to write in. Our fabulous Traven will show you some of the other ways that you can connect with us, some of the other platforms that we are on. We are live on many platforms, but then we podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts for free, we are likely there. If you find that we aren't, please let us know because, oh, Alicia, I want to know how things went. But you can see all the different places that you can watch us, Spotify, so on and so forth. If you're taking us on the road and listening, you can download us as a podcast. And but if you want to watch the full video, because you know we try to make it visually stimulating for you too. If you want to watch those, then you really got to check us out on YouTube. That's where all of our videos reside. And as always, you know, we've been doing this now. We're into our 13th year. I just don't even know what to say about that. But there's 12 full years of videos that are available on our websites for you to catch up on the things that we've been doing. But if there's something that we haven't covered or we haven't covered it recently, we love to hear from you. If all else fails and you don't want to talk publicly, because, by the way, don't forget to subscribe, as Traven reminds me on the screen, on YouTube, or like us on Facebook, or review us on iTunes. That's how we get other viewers. You see that we do not spend a grunch on advertising. We don't even spend a small small grunge on advertising. So please help us out. If there's something you find here, share it with other people. But I was saying, if there's a topic that you want us to cover, obviously you can write in to tomorrow's show and ask Dr. Doreen any questions that you want. But if there's a topic that you want us to cover or a guest that you'd like for us to have on the show, all you need to do is reach out in any of the ways that we shared or email me directly. My email is shannon@autism-live.com. So it's Shannon, SHANNON, at autism. Fairly certain that you guys know how to spell that. And then it's a hyphen, which is that dash, the one in the middle, right? And then LIV as in Victor, E.com. That's how you get a hold of me directly. I always say to everyone, if I don't get back to you within a couple of hours, I encourage you to email me again in a couple of days. It's not that I didn't care or I wasn't listening. Sometimes I open an email by accident during the live show and then I can't find it later on, or I just get crushed with 100 emails in 5 seconds and I thought I got to everything. So don't assume anything other than I'm not good at email, and email me again. Be persistent, right? That's the key to getting through to me. But people are often surprised that I will email them back within an hour, because I like to not be behind in my email. So anyway, feel free to email me as often as you need to. People always apologize and say, I'm sure you're busy, I don't mean to bug you. No, it's not about that. I always say, I came into this community not as a choice, but I came in kicking and screaming. But I made a very personal pledge on my bedroom floor and said, to the God of my understanding, please help me to know what to do for my child. And if you help me to know what to do for him, to help him, I will do everything that you tell me to do, and I will turn around and help whoever I can. I try to live that every day. That's very serious and personal to me. So I do want to hear from you. And if I can help by pointing you in a direction, boy, that makes my day, because that's me paying down my karmic debt for all of the wonderful things that I have in my life. Hey, Rocket Gibraltar, thrilled that you're here. You're bilingual. You speak French too. All topics are interesting because I'm a newbie. I welcome you. I just want to go to Rocket Gibraltar now because you guys have written in about it so much. It just sounds like the most exotic, romantic place to me. I don't know. I wrote a what am I trying to say? Every time I write in my free time, and I wrote a pilot for a TV show, and it's a semi-finalist in a contest in Bath. How far from Bath is Rocket Gibraltar? Could I hit both in the same trip? I don't know. I don't know that I'm necessarily planning on going to Bath, but I love, Bath, that's Jane Austen, right? Come on. Autism Journey with Elijah says, you are so appreciated so much in the autism community. Well, likewise, girl, you're getting it done over there. That gives me so much hope, because I know at some point this bus is going to have to retire. And I love to see those of you who are younger coming up behind and getting ready to take the place and fill in the place already. Gibraltar is to UK is 2 hours flight. Okay, see, I did not know that. That's quite far. I'm going to have to plan a separate trip to Gibraltar. It sounds really fun. Okay, but feel free to write in particular topics. So I want to talk today about the summer, because this is an ideal time for you to, have you seen that video that the guy, he's wearing a kimono and he plays he plays music on his, piano, and he says, get bleep done, today I'm gonna get bleep done. I find that very motivating. But I think that it's important, if we are parents of people on the spectrum that we love, right, that we need to get some stuff done in the summer. And it's not all business. Some of it has to be fun. But again, I said at the start of the show, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And we're not doing that. That's not an option. And summer is an ideal time to get some bleep done. Good bleep. Good fun bleep. So hi, Helen. So glad that you're here. By the way, I need to give the disclaimer that the purpose of this show always, of the Autism Live and the Autism Network, is to provide information and inspiration. That's what we're here about. That's all that we're trying to do. Please take whatever we have, see what fits into your life. Anything that doesn't fit in your life, toss. Just toss right into the nearest ocean, because if it doesn't fit your life, this isn't a one-size-fits-all, right? So, but we're trying to be as helpful as we can to as many people. That's our intent, right? No other intent. And by the way, our show is for the entire autism community. That starts with the individuals themselves who are on the spectrum, because they are the beating heart of our community, but we also include everyone who loves those individuals. We think that's an important component to this community, and we think that together, if we are good, educated allies who are listening, that we can be helpful to the people that we love on the spectrum to help them to get to the progress that is meaningful to them, to have them be able to live where they want to live, love who they want to love, work where they want to work, and feel like they are a valued part of society, because we know they are, but we know we have some work with the rest of society to get them there. So that's what we're about here. Just wanted to make sure that that's clear. But now let's talk about summer, because I've got 11, I know it says 10, but I gave you an extra one because I felt that it was important. I couldn't just whittle it down to 10 ways that you can create success in the summer. And it's vital, it's critical that you create success in the summer, because you know, during the rest of the year, you're having to march to other people's drums. And sometimes it can feel like in the summer that all gets ripped, or a significant part of it gets ripped away from you, and it could create anxiety in you, which feeds to the loved one that you have on the spectrum. If you think that they're not feeling your anxiety, we need to reevaluate, because they 100% are. This myth that people on the spectrum are not empathetic, I'm telling you, it's a lie. I think that they are extra empathetic, and they pick up what we're carrying. So this could be a stressful time where you're like, I have more to do and less support. And so it could make things harder for you, or it could be a time when you are happier, your child is happier, your family is happier, and you're making more progress. I choose the second one. It's a little bit more work in the beginning, and I know, everybody take a breath, because that's like, I want it to be less work because it's summer, but I like the whole Ron Popeil thing about set it and forget it, right? So if we take a little bit of time in these next couple of weeks to do a little bit of planning, I'm telling you, things run easier in the summer. So let's dive in, shall we? And by the way, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through all 11 really fast for those of you who have to be other places and really need to get the 411, and then we're going to go back through the thing, right? That's our new way of doing this. Thanks to Traven. Okay, I did it again. Okay, so number one is utilizing all the services you get to the max. We already said you're going to lose some services, so take advantage of anything that you get. Fit it into your, Tetris schedule in a way that makes sense for you. But if somebody is offering you some help and support, take it and fit it into the thing. We'll talk more about this in a second. Use a visual schedule. This is one of those things that's going to take a little bit of effort now, but make it your craft project. Make it your Mother's Day craft project or your Father's Day craft project, right? And there are so many visual schedules, and every kid's visual schedule looks different, because some kids need a picture one like this, but notice that there are text words with it as well, and it has the time. Other kids would need that on a clock. Visual schedules are very different. You can do it on their phone, on your phone, on the wall. They sell these on Pinterest. If you go to Pinterest and or go to Etsy and put in visual schedule and then pick the one you want. It might be $5, and you're helping somebody who loves to craft, be able to stay feeding their kids. Or do it yourself. But a visual schedule, it's part of the set it and forget it method. And it actually will lower your stress, and it will lower your child's stress. If I asked you to go to work every day and said, I don't know what's going to happen, there's no schedule, be prepared for anything, and then 5 minutes into anything I'd come in and go, now we're doing this, and you didn't know, you'd be cranky. Your kids will too. Visual schedule, key. That's why it's number 2. Number 3, you got to schedule one fun thing a day. Now notice it says one fun thing a day, because sometimes we're like, we're going to do 13 fun things today. And right around 10, everybody starts crying, right? Because it's too much. Schedule one fun thing a day, and it could be literally anything. It could be going and hosing each other down, right? It could be walking around the block. It doesn't have to be money. It could be getting an ice cream cone if that's something that your kid can eat.